Hey artists, I can't wait for you to try this project where we are drawing some underground homes with the secret lives of animals underground. Follow along with me and I'll show you all the steps to create your own.
All right, to get started, we need to decide how you want your paper orientation. If you are thinking about having maybe two bigger tunnels for your animals, you might have the ground up here and have two of the bigger tunnels right here. Maybe you'll have a little bear and maybe a little fox. I am thinking I'm going to turn my paper this way, and that way I can have more tunnels underneath. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw my biggest, first we'll draw a horizon line. That's a good way to start. So we want to show where the ground begins and up here above ground. Then we want to make sure that it's mostly the story of what the animals are doing underground, and that's why this is smaller. First, I'm going to draw a bigger round chamber, and then I want to kind of save a space to show where that chamber goes up and it touches up above ground. I think I'm gonna maybe do 3 different areas for my animals to be in. So I'll have one over here, one over here, and I could even have maybe just a little storage room or something over here. So we could have a little entrance here. I could have this room connect to this room, and I could have this room connect to this room. So your first step is getting that horizon line and then drawing the different areas where your animals will be doing different things. Okay, now I'd like us to work on drawing what is above the ground. You might have some trees, you might have some things growing. I guess it depends on the season if you want it to be spring, winter, summer, or fall. I'm thinking this might be a spring picture for me. So I'm going to draw the bottom of this tree, and I might even have a little door showing where my animals go in through the door to come down to their tunnels underneath. Then other things we could draw are just other plants or trees that are growing here. So maybe I'll have some flowers growing. And then I'll have the roots coming down here. Maybe another little, maybe a little bush coming up here. And again, I have the roots coming down also. Now we get to think about what kind of animals we're going to have in their dens and what are they doing underground. Are they watching TV? Are they sitting in a chair? Are they making some food? So this is where you really get to be creative as you decide what your different animals are doing. I think I'm gonna have some tree roots coming down, maybe even into the area here. Some little tree roots. And then maybe I'll have a little light bulb here. I'll have the light kind of coming in, and I think I'll have this one be like the bedroom, and I'll draw some little folded blankets. And then I'll draw my animal kind of sleeping here. So I'll have his little body here. I think I'm gonna do a little fox. So I'm thinking about his big old tail coming up and kind of covering up. And then he's got an ear here and an ear here. And his little sleeping eyes and his little nose kind of tucked in there. So I've got my sleeping fox. Maybe I'll have a little pillow behind here. So this is where you're going to just start designing what's happening in here. Maybe this is the bedroom. Maybe here will be some food. Maybe down here somebody will be reading some books or sitting on a couch. So now that we have our different areas, you're going to get creative and start adding things to the different chambers underground. Okay, now I've added something to all the different little chambers here. So this is where you're just going to take your time and you can look through the different pictures I printed off of different animals and decide what you want to have them doing. I made like a little staircase coming down here with a little scarf and umbrella and some lights. And over here I put another little fox next to the sleeping fox in their room. And here's their books and their pictures on the wall, their little lamp. Down here we've got a hedgehog watching TV in his little living room. And down here I made a little kitchen. So our next step is to take our permanent marker, and we can use our permanent marker to outline everything, and then we can start adding color. Okay, I went around my little characters with my black permanent marker. I did leave some other areas where I thought I would outline with the colorful marker instead. So you could go along and do some outlining with your regular markers too. And then we can go back and use colored pencil sticks, and go ahead and color in our picture. So I'm just kind of going through now, and I think I'm going to go ahead and like outline the chambers to kind of show where the dirt is around the outside. And I'm just kind of going to outline each one of those and outline more with my colorful markers, and then we can start adding in the colored pencil. Okay, I went ahead and outlined everything with markers, so we've got like a nice base of a bold outline on our little creatures and the main structures in our picture. And now we're going to use colored pencils and colored pencil sticks to color in. I did add some little rocks around the outside to kind of show the underground part. And so I'm going to go ahead and color in that underground area to make the dirt. And I'm going to work on coloring on the top area to show that outside that's above the ground. All right, once you color the background behind the dens, it really makes the inside kind of pop out because you've got this all colored in to look like the dirt surrounding it. I went ahead and finished coloring my above ground. So if you're doing like a snowy scene or a fall scene, you're going to show what's happening above the ground by coloring that in. And now it's time for us to go ahead and color in the inside of our different little chambers of their house. And so we're just using our colored pencils and our colored pencil sticks, and you're just going to go through and add color to everything. So I'm going to color in the different little animals, and I'm going to color in their little house. I want it to look like there's light inside. So after I color them in, I'm going to color in kind of the background. But I notice a lot of the example artworks we looked at, they had the light kind of look like it was glowing inside to show that they had like a nice warm cozy little house in here. So we're going to try to create that also. Look at him just coming to life as we add color to all of our different little creatures. So to make it look more like there's a light coming in here, I might start with yellow and just have the yellow light kind of surrounding where the light is. So I'm just taking my yellow color pencil, and it's going to look like the light is making the room almost glow. Okay, then I'm going to switch to more of an orangey yellow, and I'm going to push really lightly. So I'm pushing really lightly just to get a little bit of that orangey color down on the wall. And I'm going over the yellow a little bit to get it to blend up a little bit. And then to kind of blend that warm light color into the background, I'm gonna use my tan color pencil stick and then just blend that a little bit. And that's how you're gonna get that effect of having the light look like it's a nice, warm, cozy little room by fading from yellow to your orange to your tan. Now, if you want to do something different, that is also fine, but I just wanted to show you that method that makes it look like a toasty little house underground. Then you can go ahead and color in your blankets and your picture frames and all the different things that you put inside their little room, their chairs. And you're just going to go ahead and add whatever color you want, because it's basically like you're an illustrator in this art. You've got your little story happening. And you get to design their house however you would like. I am really liking how it looks like. That warm, cozy light in their little house. So now I'm gonna go ahead and finish coloring all the other things in the room.
All right, I used the colored pencils and I colored in all the details. So each little room I went and I added color to the blanket. I added some light inside and colored in different little details. So I just can't wait to see all the little details you put in the rooms for your little animals. If they're, watching TV, or if they're reading books, or if they're cuddled up by the fire. I can't wait to see those details that you put on yours. I've only got a couple things to do over here. I haven't finished drawing and coloring in the little benches for them to sit on. And so I just went back with the colored pencils and they look so bright. I did not color anything in with the marker because I have found that when we use the marker to color in big spaces, it really takes away from our picture. It starts making kind of the streaky lines, and it looked a lot nicer to just use our marker for different outlining and then to go back in with our colored pencil for all the details. And I am going to make maybe a little salad here for my little guys to eat on their table. And then I'm going to be all done with my underground animal picture. And I cannot wait to see the one that you create.